times 70% of Shaw. Yeah. So what Liang wrote is correct. 200K plus 64K times 70% plus 5. Yeah, so this is the correct answer. Very good, Liang. Do the others also understand why C is correct? Do you get it? Yes. Okay. Very good. Good job. This is the next exercise. Assume that Clear Networks, so this is a different company, Clear Networks, owns the following fair value through other comprehensive income investments. Yeah. So here we're talking about fair value through other comprehensive income. Fair value through other comprehensive income is this one. Yeah, fair value through other comprehensive income. So it's less than 20%. We have it with the fair value on our balance sheet, but it does not flow through our income statement. Yeah, so this is what we are talking about. And it has obviously several stocks. Yeah, so these are stocks of these companies which Clear Networks owns. And for example, they own 1,200 shares of ABC. Yeah, this is the cost they have originally paid. This is the current market value, the current market price of these shares. And here, this is the dividend. Okay, so does that make sense? Then we can go to the exercise. This is the exercise. Clear's balance sheet should report investments of 108,950, unrealized loss of 19,900, investments of 89,050, or dividend revenue of 3,290. Think about it, and then tell me what you think is the correct answer. So any idea? Can you exclude something? About the balance sheet, can it have an unrealized loss of 19,050? Is this, can this be correct? Can this be correct? If you think about the, what does loss mean? Loss mean it has the shares have lost money. If you look at the shares, what did they do? Yeah, the asset is not turned to cash. What did the shares do? The first share here, what has it done? It went from 60 to 75. Is this a loss? Is this a loss? No, it's not. It's a gain, because 74 is higher. Exactly. Current market value is higher than cost. So it's a gain. It's an unrealized gain. There is no loss. What about the second one? Is there a loss? Exactly. It's also a gain. Yeah, it's also a gain. 13 is higher than 11. What about the last one? Also a gain. Yeah, all gain. So there is no loss at all. So there is no loss at all. So B is wrong. Yeah, B is wrong. There is no unrealized loss. It is an unrealized gain. All gains. What about this, the last one? Dividend revenue of 3,290. Does dividend revenue revenue shown on the balance sheet? Is revenue shown on the balance sheet? Where do you show revenue? In which financial statements do you see revenue? Is it the balance sheet? Exactly. It's the income statement. So it's not the balance sheet. So that means that D is wrong. D is wrong because there is no revenue on the balance sheet. Okay, so we have A. Very good, Raychan. Yeah, very good. It's the income statement, not the balance sheet. So we have A and C left. We have A and C left. What do I have to take? Investment of 108,950 or investments of 89,050. What should report our balance sheet? Remember, here we're talking about fair value through other comprehensive income. So what is the fair value? What's the fair value on our balance sheet? What do we have to calculate? Think about it. It's fair value through other comprehensive income. So what is the fair value that we have to report on the balance sheet if the company owns these shares? What's the fair value? What does fair value mean? Is it costs or is it the market value? Is it the market price? Exactly, Raychan. It's the market price. So what do we have to calculate? What's our total market value of these stocks? It's 1,200. 1,200 times 74, because that's the market value of the first stock, plus 150 times 13 plus 700 times 26. And what is the answer? Type it in your calculator and then tell me the answer. So what is the answer? Here. What do you have? Exactly. The answer is 108,950. Yeah, 108,950. So this is our correct answer. Does that make sense? Yeah. Do you agree? Okay. If there are no questions related to this exercise, then we go on. This is the next exercise. Clear income statement should report gain on the sale of investment of 19,900, unrealized gain of 19,900, dividend revenue of 3,290, or investments of 89,050. Think about it and try to solve it yourself. Now you have to solve it yourself. Here we're talking about, remember, here we're talking about the income statement and not the balance sheet. Okay, Yang says C. The answer C is correct. Yeah, C is correct. C is correct. Very good. Let's do them together. Dividend revenue. So what do I have to calculate? What do I have to calculate? Yang, would 200, yeah, times 2.1 plus 150 times 1.4 plus 700 times 0.8. Yeah, and the result is 3,290. Correct. Very good. Very good. Very good, Ray Chan. Good job. Yeah. If you think about, I mean, this is the correct answer. But if you think about the others, gain on the sale of investment does not make sense. Why? Because there is no sale. Yeah, the company has not sold the stock. So A doesn't make sense. Yeah. And investments also doesn't make sense because we're talking about the income statement here. Yeah, income statement. So investments doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, doesn't make sense at all. You know that this cannot be be true, because this is not the balance sheet, this is the income statement. Yeah, and the income statement is about revenues, and the dividend revenue is 3,290. Correct. Very good. Good job. Good job. This is the next one. The starting point in accounting for all investment is cost, equity value, cost minus dividend, market value on the balance sheet. Recognize something. How do we initially recognize something? And initially, we always recognize it. Anybody have any idea? Yeah, very good, Liang. Very good, very good. Cost. Yeah, initially we always recognize it with cost. Later on, yeah, subsequently, we might change. We might say, okay, if it's fair value through whatever, fair value through other comprehensive income or so, then later on it's the market price. Yeah, but initially at the starting point, it's always cost. Yeah, so very good, Liang. Let's go on. That's the next one. Try to solve it too. Capital expenditure adds to an asset, is expensed immediately, is a credit like capital, or reduces capital. No, it's not. It's not D, but it's A. Adds to an asset. Why? Capital expenditure. It adds to, let's say, property, plant, and equipment, and then it's expensed over time. Yeah, you have the depreciation. Capital expenditure is an investment into long-term assets. Yeah, and this adds to the asset here. This adds to the asset, and then it's expensed over time. So it's not expensed immediately. It's not expensed immediately. It is expensed over time. It's not a credit. It's not debt or anything like that. It's not a liability, and it also doesn't reduce capital. Yeah, so it's A. It adds to an asset, and then it's expensed not immediately, but over time through the depreciation. Yeah, okay. So it's A. Does it make sense now? Do you understand why it adds to an asset? It is, if you have a capital expenditure, it's an investment into property, plant, and equipment, or any other fixed long-term asset, and you add it on the balance sheet. Yeah, you add it to an asset, and then you depreciate it over time. Is it clear? Or are there any questions? Are there any questions, or do you understand? No questions? Okay. Why, Ray-chan? It adds to an asset because think about you are a company, and let's say whatever, you are a BMW and you buy a machine. Yeah, that is a capital expenditure. You're BMW and you buy a machine. If you buy the machine, what do you do with on the balance sheet? And it is an asset. Yeah, you produce more cars, exactly. You produce more cars and it has a value. And that's why you have an asset. You have an asset. You put it on the balance sheet, and over time, of course, the machine has to be depreciated because it loses value, but it only loses its value over time. It doesn't lose the value immediately. Yeah, so you add the machine to the asset. Okay, you get it? Then we can go on. That's the next one. There is a company, King Company, which there's a company, King Company, which failed to record depreciation of equipment. Yeah, so it did not. It should report depreciation, but it did not. It forgot to record depreciation. How does this omission that it didn't record depreciation affect King's financial statements? If you have lower depreciation than you should have, if you have lower depreciation than you should have, then net income is overstated and assets are understated? Or is it net assets is overstated and assets are overstated? Or is it net income is understated and assets are overstated? Or is it net income is understated and assets are understated? Yeah, Liang has the correct answer. Very good. Very good job. Net income is overstated. Net income is too high because the expenses are too low. Yeah, because you should report depreciation. You didn't do it. That's why net income is too high. And assets are also overstated because you did not, this is the asset, and you did not depreciate it. Yeah, you did not depreciate it. That's why the assets are also higher than they should be. Yeah. So very, very good job. Very. Okay. Also wir können noch mal ein paar ja. Okay. Okay. Also das wurde korrigiert, dass ich das 2017 praktisch bei dem Arbeitgeber angestellt wurde oder angestellt war. Und deswegen habe ich noch ein okay, alles klar. Und Sie überweisen das dann auf mein Konto? Okay. Alles klar. Können Sie mir noch kurz Ihren Namen sagen? Alles klar. Kann ich Sie unterbrechen? Schon, ja, also ich war 2017 und 2018 angestellt bei dem Arbeitgeber, Sie auch als Vollversicherung. Alles klar. Okay. Danke. Tschüss. So do you understand that? That's B. Very good from Liang. Why do you say Ray Chan? Why do you say it's not clear? Clear now? Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good job, all of you. Does it make sense now, clear, Ray Chan? Because net income is overstated. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we then see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good job. Very good job. Play.